my name is Belgica and I make acting related videos, and today I'm going to talk about the difference between paying for an audition and paying for a casting website, because it sounds very similar but it's very different. So I'm sure you've heard of never pay for an audition, right? Like if anybody is offering you some kind of audition, they're saying if you come to this audition and pay $150, you'll get exposure to Disney Channel casting agents and you'll be a Disney Channel superstar, something like that. But then you also hear the casting networks, Backstage Casting, Casting Frontier, a lot of casting websites online charge you a monthly fee or an annual fee, and you're like, wait, how are those legit but not the auditions that you actually pay for? What's the difference between the two? So I'm going to explain in very simple terms what the differences are, and then of course you can tell me in the comments if you agree with them, if you don't, if you've had positive or negative experiences with these casting websites, or if you ever have paid for an audition and if you have had success with it. So let's take, for example, a casting website like Backstage or Casting Networks. Why are they able to charge you money in order for you to find these auditions? Why couldn't you just find them on your own? Well, Backstage is basically a middleman, a kind of replacement to agents. So usually if you get an agent for all kinds of different things like voiceover, acting, modeling, whatever, they will take 10 to 20% commission from what you are going to be getting paid for that job. So Backstage is trying to be the replacement for your agents, except a lot of the jobs that you find online and self-submit for are lower paying. So they're helping assist the agents who aren't really interested in these small jobs that might pay you $300. They don't really care for 10% of $300. I mean, they're busy trying to negotiate thousands of dollars in other contracts, so they don't want to waste their time with that. And that's where casting websites like Backstage or Casting Networks are able to go in and be the middleman in that situation. So there's the casting directors trying to fill a small position. Maybe it's a startup, a student film, anything like that. So the people that are looking for actors, and then in the middle is Backstage, and on the other side are actors. So Backstage or any kind of casting networks are able to be the middleman and connect you to the two. And they're just a for-profit company, so of course they're trying to make money. And on top of that, they have to upkeep their website of engineers, on people working in admin, the number that you call to get help for their social media sites. Let's say, for example, Backstage has a YouTube channel where they bring on a lot of actors and a lot of content creators and acting teachers, voiceover teachers, stuff like that. They might offer them exposure to be on their channel, but they also might give them money, compensation for being on their channel. They have a website where they have lots and lots of articles and information in general, so they're going to have to pay these people in order to create content and make their website more successful. And then how much should you pay for a casting website? There are definitely some scam casting websites, so please be careful. In general, in my experience, for all of the casting websites that I have talked about in this video and in the past, I have made a lot of videos about different casting websites that I use. In my experience, between $100 and $300 a year is a good ballpark for a service like that. There are some scam ones I have made videos about, and I would definitely say $100 to $300. If it's above that, it's too much. There are some free ones as well. Most of the free ones are only for extras casting calls, so you're not going to be making very much as an extra, maybe minimum wage for whatever your state you're in or state it's filming in. So it's not really worth it to pay, $15 a month where you might just go work one day, and that's a pretty big fee, and you just don't want to give away 10% of your income for one job. I mean, unless you have an agent, and of course they're giving you a way higher paying job, then yeah, I mean, that's part of the job that you do give your agent some commission, but they do connect you to a lot of jobs that are very, very high paying compared to the jobs that you would find to self-submit on casting websites. So when people tell you never pay for an audition, never pay to get cast, that's generally a really good piece of advice, but there are some exceptions. For example, in college I did some dancing, and when you do some professional live dancing, like theater dancing, that kind of thing, sometimes dance companies hold a workshop and they charge, let's say, I don't know, I never went to one, but let's just say, for example, they pay $50, or they charge $50 for this workshop. You come and take a dance class, and within the class, they're observing you and seeing if they like your dancing style, your talent, whatever. So then from there, they pluck you and say, hey, would you like to come back for a callback, or, come and dance for a company? So there are those kinds of things. In acting in general, it's great to get exposure from workshops, from acting classes. A lot of the time, acting instructors are also casting directors, so that's a great way to get exposure. But the issue is when somebody is promising you fame, promising you that you're going to get in front of all of these great casting directors if you pay, you know, crazy amount of money, like $500 or whatever it is. Anybody that's guaranteeing a certain amount of success, they don't really know, because acting is so unpredictable and it depends a lot of your hard work, on your personality, on your talent. It's just a lot, and nobody can really give you that for just $500 or $100. You know, get an agent, get a manager, somebody that can really help guide you to a successful career. But as far as paying one time $150 to get in front of a Disney Channel agent or a Netflix agent, whatever, no. If you're going to do it, make sure you do your research and it's an actual legit source. I hope this helps you figure out if it's going to be worth for you to get a casting subscription, which of course you can still find casting calls without paying anything. I find casting calls all the time from people I worked with before, from Facebook, Instagram, just emailing, you know, certain small companies that have made commercials in the past on social media, or will probably make them in the future, just by doing research, Googling open casting calls. There's a lot of different ways to get casting calls if you don't have the budget to make, you know, all these casting website accounts. But please let me know if this helped you and if you have any other questions. Thank you so much for watching my video. At the end of every video, I feature another channel. This is today's feature. If you would like to be featured on my next video, please make sure you're subscribed, like this video, and leave me a comment. And blah, 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 1,000 years of blah, blah, blah.